Now that you know how to be ready for an interview itself, you must also be able to complete the end of the interview while leaving a good impression. It is critical to remain put together and professional after the interviewer has finished asking questions. You will know that they have finished asking questions once they ask you if you have any questions for them. Hiring managers often end job interviews by swapping positions with you, so to speak, enabling you to ask questions. Take full advantage by asking questions that will give you information that you wouldn't find online. For example, you can ask, why is the position open? What do you expect me to accomplish in the first 90 days? Are there opportunities for additional training and education? And how is the performance measured in this role? Now, when you come up with questions to ask, be careful not to ask for anything that could leave a bad impression on you, such as, did I get the job? Or, are there any reasons why you would not hire me? These questions tend to come off as aggressive and more self-serving. It would be best to avoid these kinds of questions. After you have finished asking questions, it is best to restate your interest for the job. Take a minute to reiterate that you want the position. A high degree of dedication is the secret to convincing the hiring manager that you're really into the job. Also claim that you think you will fit in with the culture and with their values within the company. The best way to express your interest is by showing them from your heart that you will enjoy working alongside them. In order to accomplish this, try coming up with 2 or 3 sentences that start out with, I really like this position because, and emphasize your feelings without being too tacky about it. Then you will need to justify yourself once again as to why you qualify for the position. You want the person that is interviewing you to remember what skills or aspects that you have that would benefit the company. This is important because you must keep in mind that you are not the only person after the same position. When doing this, make sure your selling points are tied directly to job duties. Now, this sounds like a no-brainer, but a lot of job applicants forget to ask what the next step of the hiring process is. In addition, ask if there is something else you can send, such as references or work samples. Most importantly, find the best way to follow up with the interviewer. It'd be foolish to walk away from the interview without knowing what to do next. This would be a great moment to ask when you'd expect to hear from them after they are making the hiring decision. If they were to say that they decide within 2 days, ask if it would be alright to email them if you haven't heard from them after the 2 days. This is a way for asking permission to reach to them. Now you are at the last step. Surprisingly, 3 out of 4 job seekers don't even bother sending a thank you email after an interview. To set yourself apart, take the time to send a thank you email to each employee, including the receptionist that you met during the hiring process, and send them within 24 hours of the interview. In your email, be sure to include particular topics that you mentioned during the interview to show that you were engaged during the whole conversation. Don't wait too long after the interview to compose your email, as you're more likely to have a hard time remembering what you discussed during the interview. It is best advised that once you get home, write down your notes, and that is worth mentioning in the interview.